I'm Dalya. I'm from Palestine and I'm based in the UAE in Dubai. So my presentation is about the evil eye, what it is, and why it's so powerful in the Arab world. Just like a quick promise, I'm not an expert, but I promise that I tried to learn as much as I could to satisfy my curiosity about this topic. Someone here might know more about me than this topic, so feel free to correct me and ask questions and contribute. And I'm not trying to persuade you of my agenda or convince you to take action. My only hope is that my presentation might help to cultivate your own curiosities. So what led me to this? So growing up in the Middle East and in an Arab household, I was always surrounded by sort of symbols of the evil eye. And as a child, a lot of my elders and my grandma would always tell me how important success is and how we should protect our successes. And I was always warned about the power of envy. But I was just confused on the evil eye and what it truly meant. And through this research, I'm a lot more aware of I would describe the evil eye as an expansive constellation of beliefs and traditions, and they just stem from the evil eye, I would say. So this is my outline. So I'm going to start with the history of the evil eye and then talk about the effect on the Arab customs and traditions. And the big picture is how we sort of protect from it and just the impact on Arab culture. So eyes are heavily referenced in Arab culture. In the Middle East, the eye can either be a measure of respect, allure, and affection, almost as much as it can denote envy and disappointment. For example, if you tell someone, translated in English, this is "you are my eyes." So if you tell someone "inte ayuni," it's considered a very great compliment. So what is the evil eye? The evil eye is believed to be a form of a curse, which is transmitted by luck. And it's believed by many cultures, and the Arab culture, of course, that it can cause injury, bad luck, or bad luck or misfortune to the person that is directed to. Some describe it as a venomous impact from malignant feelings of jealousy and envy of those around us. It's believed to be responsible for the misfortunes that people encounter, and people go to very great lengths to ward off the powers of the evil eye. And these rituals are both rooted in religious and cultural practices. Typically, people who are more enviable or desirable are considered more at risk. So usually more young people or wealthier people. And usually any disease that doesn't have an apparent cause or a direct cause is said to have been received from the evil eye or caused by the evil eye. So just a little bit of Arab history on the evil eye. The widespread belief that an impure stare or look can inflict misfortune, this belief originated thousands of years ago. So people from these ancient civilizations found different ways to repel it. This led to some of the earliest appearances of the Nazar amulet that we now know today. So in ancient Mesopotamia, which is now modern-day Syria, there have been many emblems or sort of engravings of the evil eye. And although we are not completely sure the purpose of these kind of figures, it just sort of portrays the importance of eyes in Arab culture. Additionally, some incantations, you can see on the screen, these were Babylon protection formulas and incantation formulas, which showed ancient strategies of protecting from the evil eye. And they do seem sort of bizarre nowadays, but this is what they did in ancient Mesopotamia. So they said that you should pour out a libation of beer or wipe yourself clean with bread, and that would protect you from the evil eye. Some other ancient methods of protection. So in ancient Egypt, this was called the Eye of Horus, and it was buried with pharaohs because it was supposed to keep them protected in the afterlife. Additionally, in ancient Phoenicia, which is the modern-day Levant region, which is Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, and Palestine, this necklace or sort of any jewelry with the amulet of the evil eye was worn as a way of protection. So the Arab world is composed of people with sort of different cultures and different religions. Religious symbols of the evil eye have been prevalent and embedded into our culture for thousands of years, and symbols are one of the most ancient or earliest forms of communication. I just wanted to note that the evil eye is mentioned in each holy text of the three Abrahamic religions, respectively. So this symbol on the screen it's called different things in different religions. It can be called the hand of Fatima, hand of Miriam, and the hand of Mary. These symbols are meant to portray divine luck, guidance, and protection, and they're regarded as the bearer of good fortune. In Arabic, the word for 5 is khamsa. So the 5 fingers in Judaism, of each hand. In Judaism, it represents the 5 holy books of Torah, and in Islam, it represents the 5 pillars of Islam. Here are just some Arab sayings and their loose English translations of that relate to the evil eye, just to show how embedded they are into our culture. So I just wanted to read some examples and their translations. From Yemen, al-ayn tuwassal al-dafan, which means al-ayn delivers a burial. In Libya, al-ayn or al-hasad taqtal al-asad, which means envy can kill the lion. So basically what all these phrases just kind of represent is how powerful evil eye is regarded and the things that it's showed to cause. I'm sure maybe some of you guys have been told to say mashallah. Basically, this is sort of a habitual command or sort of request after you compliment someone, especially in the Arab world. So what this does, it's an Arabic phrase, and typically it attributes any successes to God's will, and therefore they're protected from the evil eye or any envious intentions. This amulet, I'm sure you have seen this, especially if you've entered an Arab household. It's probably either hanging somewhere or someone has been wearing it as jewelry. It's very prevalent in a lot of regions, not only the Arab world, but definitely in the Arab world. So this is one of the methods of protection. So it's believed that wearing an amulet is said to protect from the evil eye, because this eye-shaped bead can deflect the unwanted negative gaze of someone back onto someone who gives it to you. Some other methods of protection against the evil eye are sprinkling water, where envious people have said to sat at your home, or sprinkling water when someone who you believe to be envious leaves your home. Additionally, burning incense is said to clean any negative energy that is cast by the evil eye. Ancient Egyptians used kahul, which is it's basically a black rim that sort of like makeup. I wouldn't say it's makeup, but it's called kahul, and it's a black rim around your eye, which is supposed to protect against the evil spirits entering the eyes, which are viewed as windows to the soul. In some Bedouin communities, mothers would keep their children very unkempt and like sort of untidy, because they fear that their beauty may invite envy. So those are just some methods of protection that a lot of Arab or Middle Eastern people use. I also always wondered why the evil eye was blue in color, especially dark blue. And there's two main ways. So especially in ancient Egypt or ancient Mesopotamia, it was very uncommon for people to have lighter eyes and blue eyes. So most people had darker colored eyes. So people with blue eyes were kind of regarded as outsiders. So in ancient Egypt and ancient Mesopotamia, if someone with blue eyes would stare at a newborn baby or stare at a pregnant woman, just admiring their beauty, they were considered guilty for any misfortune that would befall them. But obviously now, as the world becomes more interconnected and we're used to seeing people with any color eyes, the amulet is regarded as dark blue in color, as this dark blue color symbolizes protection from karma and fate. Okay, now the cultural significance. So traditions and beliefs are deeply rooted into our culture. However, in the modern day, I would say that the Middle East diaspora is sort of growing. Middle Eastern people aren't only based in the Middle East. So in my opinion, it's symbols like the evil eye that connect us Arabs back to our culture. So no matter how strong your superstitious beliefs may be, the evil eye amulets are ultimately a symbol of heritage and connection to our ancestral beliefs. The evil eye transcends borders in the Middle East and the Arab world, and in my opinion, it plays a significant role in personal expression and cultural connection. And I also just wanted to note that the evil eye is a universal symbol of protection. This is due to many things, also such as old trading pathways, which have allowed these beliefs to spread across the world. But in my presentation, I just addressed the significance of the evil eye in Arab culture. So of course, many details and aspects may deviate across different cultures. These are just my references that I use, and that can also be used for further reading and further research. And yes, thank you for listening.